Bally Playboy. It's actually in pretty nice shape. It had a, somebody replaced the battery at one time, so it has very minimal corrosion. Almost none. Just a little bit right there. It's pretty nice. Flip it on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, starts up. So, this is the interesting thing. When we start a game, watch the pop bumpers. Oh, now it's not doing it. Wow. Before this one was just going, yeah, there it goes. There it goes. Look at that. Beating itself to death. Pretty wild. So it's not stuck on. It's just machine gunning. Now you'd think that that might be because of the switch under the playfield, but I don't think it is. The playfield lifted, and you might think that this switch is adjusted too closely, but it's really not. I don't think that's the problem. What I think it is this capacitor. They don't last forever. What they do is they lengthen the switch closure time, so the CPU can see switches better. Makes the switch essentially closed a little bit longer, giving the CPU a better chance to read all switches. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, and these caps like to go bad, so I'm going to just cut one leg of that off like that, and then we're going to put the playfield back down and see if that thing, the pop bumper, behaves properly. Now we're going to try starting again and see if our pop bumper behaves. See, now with that capacitor cut off, it doesn't machine gun. It just works like it should. So that capacitor was bad. Alright, turn it back on. No booty now. Yeah, you see now we're only getting 2 flashes on the LED. Let's try and determine if that 2 flashes is the socket or the chip, and the way I'll determine that, oh man, it comes out really easy. I think you're going to need a new socket on there, but let's see if reseating the chip, if it now gives me my 7 flashes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You can pry up the socket frame and see the little legs. I don't see any corrosion, but now I can heat each one up and pull them out, and then solder suck out the holes and put in a new socket. Okay, use the meter, buzz out each one of the traces. It's real easy to wreck the plated through holes or the traces. I had to repair a couple with some wire wrap. And buzz them out, make sure you don't have any shorts, make sure everything, you got continuity from like this trace up to here, and you know, just use the multimeter and continuity to make sure that it all checks out. Now I'm going to put a button battery holder in here, and the way I do this is the minus lead of my holder goes in this hole right here, which goes to the ground trace. So that guy's going to go there. Then I just kind of tweak this thing across the board, and it scratches the board, and then I drill a hole there. The smallest hole as you can, as you got a drill bit for. You can see on the back there's no trace. I just want the leg of the battery holder to go through there, and I'll solder it in place and show you we got to install a blocking diode. Alright, put a button battery in, a CR2032. I like those, but when you do that you got to add a blocking diode. So the negative lead goes to this ground trace, and then the positive lead, which we drilled a hole in the back of the board, goes through. I use just a 1N4001 diode with the band going forward, and that's your blocking diode, so it doesn't try and charge this battery. And with that done, we can check the voltages on our meter. There we go. So now I got 3.08 volts right there. Then I go over to pin 22 on the RAM, and I got my 3.08 volts there. So I know the battery power is getting to pin 22 of the U8 RAM chip, the 5101 RAM. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, all right. And then we'll clear the audits since you got a new battery to, you know, so you're starting with your high scores at 0 and all that stuff. Use a little more angle. Yeah, it's too shallow. Plays good, but it just needs a little more angle.